Hi guys! Okay, so video is going to be the first in a series of videos that I'm entitling Not Your Mother's Makeup, NYMM. And the reason why I've decided to make this series of videos is that I grew up with a mom who was not the most into beauty, into fashion, into things like that. You know, my mom was a rough, tough farm girl. She was into going out to the bush and doing all sorts of, outdoor activities. But when it came to makeup, she definitely didn't pass that on to me. I just kind of stumbled upon that myself. So I know there are people out there who are in my situation where their moms aren't into makeup, but they kind of want to be because it is an empowering thing, makeup. I do totally believe that. And so I figured that I would kind of showcase where I started and how I got to where I am, because honestly, it was only a couple years ago. Well, it was when I graduated, so 2011. It was 2011, so it's been about 5 years now when I started my makeup journey. And if you go back and look at my makeup collections over the past couple of years, you've seen that I've definitely grown my collection. But I started with the Natural Eye Palette from Too Faced and Urban Decay Primer Potion and things like that. I literally just went into Sephora one day and said, okay, this is my event. This is how much experience I have. What do I need to buy to pull this off so I can do my own makeup and look okay at my ceremony? So anyway, what I'm going to do today is talk about a makeup starter kit, and I think that that's really cool because a lot of people have come to me and they ask me about my opinions on certain products, and I think that it's just kind of trial and error, but to me these are kind of key things that you definitely should have. So let's get started and keep watching till the end, because there's definitely going to be something to entice you to keep watching till the end. Okay, so the first thing that I like to start with when I start doing my makeup in the morning is that, I go wash my face, and I'm not going to do anything about cleansers or anything like that, because that could either be a different video or it could just be personal preference. We all have different skin types, things like that. But the first thing that I like to do, okay, before I get into it, we're going to talk about this video. I'm going to give you 2 examples of each kind of product, a high-end product and a drugstore product. I'm going to do that because people like me sometimes, want to go to Sephora and splurge on some items, and there are other things that, the drugstore equivalent is just as good. So let's get started, because I think this might be a really long video. Anyway, so the first thing I like to do is put on some moisturizer. I think it's a great thing. It helps your skin, it helps everything lie flatter, it helps it not flake off and rub off as easily. I know I started doing my makeup in high school and I didn't moisturize first, and it didn't look as good as it does now, and my face didn't feel as nice as it does now. So my drugstore example of what I would put in a kit for somebody is the Olay Complete All Day Moisturizer. I have mine in combination oily. I love this because it has SPF, it's light, it's smooth, it's not greasy, it's great. The drugstore equivalent that I've heard a lot about and I have samples of, I don't really waste my money, that's what I'm going to say, on Sephora moisturizers, because I think that my Olay does a really good job. But I've heard really good things, and I have a sample of the Philosophy Hope in a jar. If you have other ones that you like, that's awesome. Maybe leave it in a comment for somebody, but to me these are the 2 that I would recommend if I knew somebody was starting out and was like, what's a good moisturizer? Well, maybe try these 2. That's kind of what this video is going to be about. Is if a friend of mine asks me, what should I get? I'm going to give them 2 suggestions, and these are going to be my 2 suggestions. Alright, so the next thing that I'd like to do is, after my moisturizer, is I do like to use primer. A lot of people, I know I've heard some people say that they don't like primer. I do. I don't know. It's a psychological thing. So the drugstore one I don't have right now. I've actually ran out of, but I have a video, a product smackdown of the drugstore and the high-end version that I'm going to be suggesting, and you can compare in that video. The drugstore one is a Rimmel primer. I really like it. It does a really good job. And my Sephora one is the Professional by Benefit. I just restocked this, and I love this. Next thing I do is I put on some kind of coverage or some kind of foundation or some kind of BB cream. The light coverage foundation, light coverage, I'm going to suggest, I don't wear heavy coverage foundation every day, so I'm not going to suggest that, is the Naked Skin foundation from Urban Decay, if you watched any of my last couple videos, you'll see that I ran out of mine, so I don't have it. But I love that. It's such a great formulation. I really like it for light coverage. The drugstore for me is a BB cream, but it is from Rimmel, and it is the Rimmel Matte 9-in-1 Skin Perfecting Super Makeup. I love the Rimmel BB creams, even the normal one, not even the matte one, but I like the matte one because I'm really oily. Okay, after that, I usually, honestly, I wear concealer every once in a while, and the drugstore one that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I really like that. And then the higher end concealer that I've just started using and liking is the NARS Creamy Concealer. Mine is in Custard. I really like it. I just dab it on and it blends out really nice. I'm not a big concealer person, so I can't talk a lot about it, but that's what I do. Next is what I do in my routine is I use kind of a eyelid primer, and just to kind of set it, and then so I can do other things while it dries. The drugstore one that I have used in the past, I don't use this right now. I do use my higher end one right now, but the drugstore one that I use is the NYX eyeshadow base, and it is in White Pearl. I just have this one. It really makes colored shadows pop, and I do like the formulation of this. I just don't use it because it's not as easy to clean up as this one, because the higher end one has a doe foot applicator. The higher end one that I use is the Stay Don't Stray light medium one from Benefit. Okay, next is a setting powder. I don't have the drugstore equivalent because I use my higher end one, but the drugstore equivalent is a Maybelline powder. I've heard really good things about that one. I've had it before, I just didn't get a lot of use out of it, so I don't have it anymore. The higher end one that I use is the MAC Studio Fix in NW25. I really like this one. It just glosses everything over and gives a really good matte finish, so it's really pretty that way. After that, I do my brows. My brows consist of Faint from the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. This is my higher end one. This is my higher end option right now. I'm sure there are drugstore shadows that look quite like Faint, but this is what I use. And then the drugstore part of my eyebrows is the Maybelline Great Lash clear mascara I use to kind of comb it in place. I know Anastasia does clear brow gel and things like that, but it's clear brow gel. It's pretty much, it does its job with the drugstore version. So don't spend your money on that. After I do my brows, I usually like to do my eyeshadow. And the drugstore version of that is the Walking on Eggshells palette from Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild has great shadows. There are a whole bunch of different other brands that have great eyeshadows, but this is kind of something to pick up just if you're really new. It gives you step by step. It only has 3 shadows. There's not a lot. It even imprints in the shadows where it goes. Pretty foolproof. In the drugstore, in the higher end equivalent, it is the Naked Basics palette. Again, this palette is pretty straightforward. It has 6 shadows. They're all pretty basic. They're all pretty colors. They can do a lot of looks to get you started. I personally do not do eyeliner, so I'm not going to include that. Mascara, I enjoy, for the drugstore one, I enjoyed the Carbon Black mascara from L'Oreal. Love it, used it up, don't have it. I'm using out other ones right now. And then the higher end is the Benefit They're Real or the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I think both of those mascaras are really good. I would recommend them to people to start off with and get tastes of. After I do that, I do my blush. So the drugstore version that I would recommend is the NYX blush in Bourgeois Pig. It's a pretty color. It's a beautiful pan. It's easy to transport. The higher end blush that I really enjoy is NARS Outlaw. It's perfect for right now. It's kind of got a deeper touch and not as much sparkle as Orgasm, but it's still got that nice NARS formulation of blush. Now, last but definitely not least, I think that every girl should have 3 different kinds of lipstick in their collection. I'm going to start with neutrals, because who doesn't make a good nude lip? The example I have right now is I think this is Maybelline. Yes, Maybelline Color Whisper in Lust for Blush. Just a very Nice nude color. I actually will have a picture on my Facebook page about all of these different colors. And then you can't go wrong with the higher end version of the YSL lipstick. Beautiful color, nice and creamy, super lovely. It says Rouge Volupte. I'm not sure what number this is, but I'll figure it out maybe. The next one I think every girl should have is a classic red lip. My drugstore version of this is CoverGirl's Hot Passion. Just classic red, cannot go wrong. Great buy. And then I have a NARS version. It is called Muscade, and it is their matte, pure matte lipstick. Nice and deep color, still nice and goes matte. Can't go wrong with that. Last but definitely not least, I think every girl should have a berry or a dark shade vampy kind of thing in their collection. Now for mine, Revlon in 477 Black Cherry. Very pretty color, very vampy, but can be sheared out. And of course, this will be no surprise to people who have followed my channel for a while. My higher end version is, of course, MAC Rebel. I love this lipstick. I think it's perfect. I think everyone needs that lipstick. So those are all of my products. That's my makeup starter kit if I was going to do a virtual one for people. So we've come to the end of the video, and I said that there would be something special coming at the end of the video. Now what is going to be special is that if I'm having a giveaway, of course. So what you're going to win in this giveaway is you are going to win every piece of the makeup starter kit, the drugstore selection of that. And what I'm going to do is you're also going to win the whole, you're going to win all the different things that I picked for drugstore. So like, I'm going to start out, if I can find it, hopefully I can. If I can find the lipsticks, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find the same ones, but if I can't, I will message you and tell you which ones I've had to replace. But you will win a Revlon Black Cherry. You will win a CoverGirl Hot Passion. You will win a Maybelline Color Whisper in Lust for Blush. You will win a Maybelline Great Lash Clear Mascara. You will win a NYX blush in Bourgeois Pig. You will win a Rimmel BB cream. I will have to message you whether you are light, medium, or dark, depending. You will win a Olay Complete. I will message you about your skin type. You will win a Walking on Eggshells palette from Wet n Wild. You will win a NYX eyeshadow base in Pearl White. White Pearl, sorry. You will win, what else? A Rimmel face primer that goes along with the Professional. You won't win this, but the Rimmel one. You will win a Maybelline Fit Me concealer. You will win the Maybelline powder for your face. And yeah, you might, if I can find a brow product, a brow powder that reminds me of Faint in a drugstore product, you will also win that. So you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 products, 11 or 12 products, and in a makeup bag. So what you have to do to win is you have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to go into my Facebook page and like the photo about the 6 lipsticks that I have posted there, and you have to write a comment about which lipstick color you are most excited to win. And yeah, this contest will be open for 2 weeks from this Thursday, so it will be ending on January, I believe it is the 21st, January 21st, and I will be contacting the winner after. It will end at, let's say, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on January 21st. So I will be contacting you after that, and it is open international. And yeah, I think that's everything. Good luck, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. I'm going to keep going with this Not Your Mother's Makeup and talk about tutorials and products and other questions and answer kind of things. So I'm looking forward to it. So I will talk to you guys later.